In this episode of Dentside Depot, I'm going to prove to you that you can still find cheap, rust-free 70s Ford trucks like the ones you see right here, and I am talking $5,000 or less. They do exist. You just need to know where to look, and how to get them. That's what we're going to do in this episode, so sit tight. I have 10 great trucks that I'm going to show you on the internet. When looking to find a good deal on a 70s Ford truck, your number one place to go is always Facebook Marketplace, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I have found 10 good trucks on here. I actually had 12, and 2 of them have sold in the last 2 hours. So let's just go through them all here. Let's talk about them and see if it's a good price or not. The criteria is going to be roughly $5,000 or less. So the first one we have is a 78 F-150 regular cab long bed, and this one is tremendous value. It is a 4x4 F-150. It appears that it is in Oklahoma, and it doesn't have any rust on it. The cab, doors, and fenders and hood are original. It has an aftermarket or a different bed on it, but it appears to be rust-free, and it is in really nice shape. You can see it has the full-time four-wheel drive lock switch on it. And this gentleman is asking $2,500 for this truck. That's an incredible buy. It's been posted for 5 weeks. I have no idea why, but that is definitely an awesome truck to get for $2,500 or less. Next up, we have a 77 Ford F-150 freewheeling truck. It is a short bed, and it has a lot of patina on it, red with yellow freewheeling stripes. It appears to be mostly rust-free. It does have a couple small spots, but the bed looks very clean. Probably could just replace the fenders very easily. A small little spot on the door right here. But overall, this truck's in really nice shape, and because it has the freewheeling package, that definitely makes it special. Gentleman's asking $5,600 for it. I think you could probably get it for a little bit less than that for sure, and that would definitely be a great truck to have. That would also have a really rare Marty report on it. We have a 78 F350 Super Camper Special. These trucks are almost always really good value because they're not particularly desirable. And the reason for that is they have these funky looking beds that are longer in the middle section, and the spare tire goes right here. So you can usually find these really cheap. The nice thing about these trucks is they almost always have a 460 engine and a Dana 70 rear axle. So they're actually hard working trucks. And they're almost always good value. And like this one, it doesn't have any rust on it, and the gentleman is only asking $3,600 for it, and I bet you could get it for even less than that. So really good value on this truck as well. We have a 78 Ford F-150 regular cab long bed Ranger, 2-wheel drive. It is in the special green paint for 78, the green glow, which is one of my favorite colors. Not a lot of pictures posted of it, but just by looking at it, this truck definitely doesn't have a single spot of rust on it anywhere. It also has the really cool skinny mini trim, which I also really like. He did a little bit of engine work to it from what it sounds like in the listing. It has a 460 in it, so this is definitely an awesome truck. He's asking $4,500 on this one. I would gladly pay $3,500 to $4,000 for this truck, no problem, all day long. That's great value, and I really love the color on this one as well. I would love to see what the interior looks like on it. Next up, we have a 76 Ford F-250 regular cab, but I believe that listing is wrong. To me, it looks like it's a 79 F-150. It is in Robin's Egg Blue with a Wimbledon white two-tone, which I really like. Body looks really clean on it. It might have a little bit of rust around the back wheel wells on the bed, but it does not appear to be that bad. Interior, looks pretty decent. Looks like it has a straight 6 in it, which I think is cool. So this truck appears to be in really nice condition. It's sitting on a farm in Montana, and the gentleman is asking $2,500 for it. This is definitely a farm truck, and it has a tow bar on the front. $2,500, that's a pretty good deal if you live in Montana. Next up, we're heading over to Arizona for a 1979 F-150. The description's not totally clear on it, but it appears to be in really good shape. It is deluxe two-tone with the racetrack trim, red interior. It appears to be all original. It has a sport wheel on it, 460 engine with air conditioning. You can see the buck tag is still on the cowl. This appears to be a really original truck. There might be minor rust issues right here, but it just looks like the paint's a little faded and surface rust only. This truck appears to be in exceptionally nice condition overall, and he's only asking $5,800 for it. And because it's in Arizona, I would imagine it probably has absolutely no rust on it at all. It says it's been parked for 14 years. that would be a great truck to start a restoration on. Next up, we're in Woodbridge, Virginia, and we're looking at a 73 F-150 regular cab in the olive green, which is the older color green that was on the earlier 70s trucks. This one looks to be in pretty good shape, believe it or not. It has some pretty neat patina on it. I bet it'd look really cool, oiled up and cleaned up. It appears that it might have come from Texas at some point, but I do not see any major rust on this truck anywhere. The interior looks clean. It looks like someone's taken care of this thing over the years. Video of it running. It has a 302 in it. This is definitely a really nice truck. Good driver quality for sure, or a good candidate to body swap or do something else with. And he's only asking $3,500 for it. And being in essentially the Northeast area, that's great value because it's much harder to find the rust-free trucks over on the East Coast for sure. Next up, this is one of my favorite trucks on Facebook Marketplace right now. It just popped up in Winchester, Virginia. I think it's actually in West Virginia. It popped up late last night. It is a 78 F-150 with the Explorer package. If you watch my channel, you know I love Explorers. This truck is in silver with a gold or maybe a faded white stripe. I'm not really sure, but it does not appear to have any rust on it at all. The bed's been primed, so maybe someone bondoed over the wheel wells right here. It's tough to tell, but that certainly could be the case. But from what I can see, it does not have any rust on the cab or the front clip. It has a beautiful green interior in it that's definitely all original. It looks really, really nice. Really good value here. And believe it or not, it is a four-wheel drive F-150. And you can see there's pictures underneath showing it does not have really any rust anywhere. The engine is seized. It's a 351. But at $2,800, that's really good value for this truck because who cares about the engine? If you get a truck with a great body on it, the engine doesn't mean anything. You can easily replace the engine. This looks like a good, solid, original Southern truck. Someone's going to get a super crazy good deal on this. Maybe it'll be me if no one picks it up, but that is definitely a really cool truck to buy. Next up, we have one that's a little bit bizarre. It's in Toutle, Washington. It's a 77 F-150 step-side 4x4. The problem with this truck is the gentleman states there's no title on it and has been sitting for a while. So for someone like me, that would be a difficult buy because I'm unable to get a title for an out-of-state truck. But the interesting thing about this truck is it appears to either be a sandbox truck or one that was at least modified on the body to look like a sandbox truck. The interior doesn't have any of the sandbox stuff in it, but it definitely is in that style. It has a Warren Winch style bumper on it. It has gold stripes all around that looks really vintage and cool. This is definitely a great truck for someone to restore. It's a short bed, it's 4x4, it has wagon wheels on it. That paint would look absolutely awesome, all cleaned up. Gentleman's asking $4,000 on this truck. You can see there's a little bit of rust right here on the wheel well, but nothing major. You could certainly patch that and blend the paint in a little bit. This would be an awesome truck that would be worth some good money if you got a title on it and fix it up a little bit. Definitely one of the steals here on Facebook Marketplace right now. And our last truck is a 78 F-150, also an Explorer. This truck is in Montana as well, and it is red. It has the stripes on it. It has the wagon wheels on it. I love Explorer trucks. This one appears to have absolutely no rust whatsoever. It appears to be 100% original across the board. Looks really, really nice. The one fender does have some rather unattractive patina on it, but the rest of the body looks really, really nice. The patina looks really nice on it across the board. I don't have any reason to suspect that this truck has any rust on it anywhere. It still has the original interior in it. That is the correct Explorer seat. And the Explorer door panels, you can tell because it has the different color on the insert. I believe this truck is also tilt wheel. If you look at the bottom corner of the door, you can see there's no rust there. This is definitely a rust-free truck. And yep, that's definitely a tilt wheel. It may also have simulated leather steering wheel and cruise control. This is an exceptionally well-optioned truck, a really cool option truck as well. Someone's going to get a good deal on this truck. It's been listed for a couple weeks at $5,000. If it wasn't in Montana, I'd probably go and pick it up myself. If you could get this truck for $3,500 to $4,000, you'd be getting the deal of a lifetime. I would personally probably put it on a four-wheel drive chassis or maybe lower it, do something really cool with it. But either way, this would be a great truck to have. You can see we looked at 10 trucks here on Facebook Marketplace. They've all been listed between the last day and the last 8 weeks. These are all legitimate listings. There's no, I don't believe any of these trucks are from shady sellers or anything like that. But if you look, you know where to look. You can still find great trucks for cheap if you're willing to do a little bit of driving and a little bit of work. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Dentside Depot, and we'll see you in the next episode.